Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. It's your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing a 2019 launch built in only 50 pieces. This is the Moser Cie Pioneer Perpetual month date, a more conventionally legible and readable perpetual calendar using the same brilliant Andreas Streller designed perpetual calendar system. 42.8 millimeters in stainless steel, the watch measures 15 millimeters thick. You can see a large amount of that is the bubble sapphire. From lug to lug, it measures 50.9 millimeters, which is reasonable for its size, and it has a nice broad proportional stance of 22 millimeters between the lugs. Throwing it on the wrist, it's a full-sized watch, as you can see. It's shallow enough that it'll fit underneath a jacket cuff, though probably not tight dress sleeves. There's a little bit of, I would say, clearance on each side of my wrist, so you could probably wear this watch on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters circumference. Here's your over-the-top shot. One more time, here's that down-the-barrel shot, so you can gauge how much space I have. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. Taking a look at the hardware and the software is outstanding. Large rectangular scale alligator leather with a silky suede nubuck finish. You can see it has a folded edge, a monotone stitch, and then on the underside, Moser inlays the leather with a rubber buffer that prevents the heat, sweat, moisture, and grit of the wrist from degrading the leather over time. The buckle is handsome, and it actually echoes the coined flanks of the case. It's got a combination of satin and polishing with that coining on the flanks of the buckle component. Rolling back to the case, you can see why I say the buckle references the case. Every Moser case, Venturer, Pioneer, Streamliner, Endeavor, features some sort of a case sculpting and profile. This is no exception. The flank is polished and nicely compound curved. The hoods of the lugs are satin finished, and you can see there's a little bit of a split or facet down their center, and then the case is evacuated on its side with that lovely semi-curved coining. Turn it all around, you've got a matte finished media blasted crown that is a screw down. The watch is 120 meters water resistant. Then you have a domed bezel of high polish to contrast with the case, and the dial. My goodness, the dial. It is a Fume dial, or a fade, from bright at the center to the outer edge, and that's standard on Moser watches these days. Many models include Fume, but it's the burgundy color of this one that sets it apart. Rich and sweet as red wine. You can see outboard there's a flange with individual applique dots of a solid luminova material, so it's a loomed dial with leaf-style hands at center. You have that wonderful month date system for your perpetual calendar, concentric guilloche or azurage for the sub-seconds, and then a power reserve indicator. 7 days is the rated power reserve and the chronometric power reserve, but leave it running and it will run for up to 9 to 10 days before it actually stops. Now screw the crown out because it is a screw down crown. Two features. First, the watch includes stop seconds or hacking. Second, it has a brilliant system for setting the calendar. A perpetual calendar, mind you, and I'm gonna put it in the intermediate position. You can turn the perpetual calendar forward or backwards. Go ahead, try that with anything other than Ulysse Nardin. This is the best and most user-friendly perpetual calendar on the market today. You may be wondering, where's the leap year phase indicator? Right here. Andreas Streller, AHCI member, and also a watchmaker, independent in his own right, designed this system. And Streller's specialty is hidden and elegant complications. And you have that leap year phase indicator on the case back because it is rarely needed, thus it is not on the dial. Moser, manufacturer caliber HMC 808. There's a lot to love. Two mainspring barrels. You've got that extreme power reserve. It beats away at a stately pocket watch inspired 18,000 vibrations per hour. For shock resistance, you have a full balance bridge and a free sprung index. For outstanding timekeeping in any position, you have a handmade Breguet overcoil hairspring. And I do believe it's a Breguet overcoil, but it is certainly an overcoil profile. And then you have a 14 karat gold escapement that reduces friction and increases power reserve. The whole escapement and balance architecture is made by Moser. They make the escapement, they make the hairspring, they make the balance, and it's designed to be lifted out as a unit. So around the world, in Moser's regional service bureaus and service partners, fully serviced escapement and balance assemblies are sent out. So when your watch goes back to them for service, they can quickly service the other components, swap out the full escapement platform, and get your watch back to you in weeks, not months. This is technically outstanding. And the fact that Moser even makes these pieces via its precision engineering subsidiary speaks to the depth of investment that Moser is making in its future. Out of Schaffhausen, Switzerland, famous for that other major watchmaking name, Moser is building about 1,500 watches per year right now, and it is considered to be, by many, the German-Swiss F.P. Journe. It has attained that magnitude of status. The train's leaving the station, guys. Hop aboard. Reach out to tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Moser Pioneer Perpetual month date by night.